The following programming is EI, educational and informative.
Today on Mystery Hunters.
Are the dinosaurs really extinct, or did one kind survive?
I was driving home and a creature ran out in front of my car. It looked like a dinosaur.
It's probably still out there.
I'm spending a night in a real-life ghost town. This is the Mendocini house. It's supposed to be the most haunted house in Bodie. I'm going to be spending the night to see if anything happens to me.
And Doubting Dave gets a group of kids to test the power of some lucky charms.
Now, legend has it that if you touch this magic soil, you get bad luck. And I want you each to take one of these home, and we're going to see what happens.
This is Mystery Hunters.
We'll be right back with more Mystery Hunters. We now return to Mystery Hunters.
This wild canyon has stayed essentially the same since the dinosaurs became extinct. All that's left of them now are fossilized bones. So why do we keep getting reports about a living dinosaur? Could a dinosaur be hiding in this canyon? Shannon Yetson says that she saw a small dinosaur.
It was about 1 o'clock in the morning. It was really dark out. And as I was driving up the road, a creature ran out in front of my car. It was about 3 feet tall and real shiny. It didn't have any feathers or anything like that on it. And it ran on its back feet. It looked like a dinosaur.
Could it have been a local animal?
I don't think so. It's nothing like I've ever seen in this area. I drew this picture. It was totally freaky. It freaked me completely out.
Could this be a real dinosaur? Nick Suchik has made it his mission to find the dinosaur. Nick, do you believe there really is a dinosaur living around here?
I've had about 12 people come to me saying that they've seen the animal.
Why are we looking for it by a riverbed?
In almost all sightings, the animal was seen near a creek or a river. That's why the locals call it the river dino.
I mean, we could run into it right now?
We could, but you got to keep in mind, something like this would be very well camouflaged.
It could be hiding anywhere. Could I have found a living dinosaur?
I'm in the town of Bodie. During the gold rush, over 10,000 people lived in this mining town. But by the 1940s, the gold had run out, and everyone left. Or did they? Today, Bodie is a state park. The only people living here are the park rangers. Or should I say, the only living people living here are the park rangers. You see, Bodie is a ghost town in more ways than one. This is the Mendocini house. It's supposed to be the most haunted place in Bodie. Strange things happen at night in this house. Keith Smith is in town training to be a park ranger. He's staying in the Mendocini house. So why do you think this place is haunted?
On my third night here, I was awakened.
Keith says he woke up and he couldn't breathe. He felt like something was sitting on his chest.
And then after about 10 seconds or so, the bed started jumping up and down. I have a real squeaky bed, but it didn't make no squeaking sounds. That's why I think it's haunted.
Then what happened?
After about 3 minutes or so into it, I just said this was enough under my breath, and it just stopped. I didn't get no more sleep after that. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just some ghost messing with the new guy.
Why would the ghosts of people who lived here still be hanging around? Could it be that some of them were never properly laid to rest? This is the deepest mine shaft in Bodie. It's rumored that people used to drop their dead here when they couldn't afford a funeral. Maybe those abandoned souls have come back to haunt the town.
Just because you don't see a ghost, does that mean there isn't one there? That's what 9-year-old Sarah McNeil of Ontario, Canada wants to know. Take a look. Ow! Hello?
Oh, sorry, wrong number.
Take a look on the Mystery Illustrator. Ow. Dear Doubting Dave, I have a dog, and sometimes when she's walking around the house, she just stops and stares at a wall, or even in mid-air. What could she be staring at? Could it be a ghost? Well, Sarah, some people do believe that dogs can sense ghosts. In fact, there are even ghost hunters who use their dogs to tell them when a ghost is near. But are these dogs seeing ghosts? No. The fact is that dogs don't see much better than we do. But they do have amazing hearing, 5 times better than ours. That means they can hear a twig snap from 4 football fields away. And dogs also have an amazing sense of smell, hundreds of times better than ours. If the wind is blowing towards them, dogs can smell a muffin from 3 football fields away. So, when your dog stops suddenly and looks like he's staring in midair, what he's actually doing is waiting. Because somewhere, off in the distance, something moved. And your dog either heard it or smelled it. And if he stands very quietly, maybe, just maybe, that something will reveal itself to him. So, Sarah, I don't think your dog is seeing ghosts in your house. I knew it.
We'll be right back with more Mystery Hunters. We now return to Mystery Hunters.
People in the Colorado desert have been seeing a strange creature they think is a small dinosaur.
The animal was seen near a creek or a river, and something like this would be very well camouflaged.
Maybe I'll find the answers I'm looking for at a reptile reserve, near where people say they've seen the river dino. Do you think that what people are seeing is just an escaped exotic pet?
It's possible. What could be is that someone has had a pet that they get sick of and they might have let go somewhere.
But people said they saw something that was about 3 feet tall and was running on its hind legs. Do you have anything like this here?
Follow me.
Wow, what's that? It's huge.
This is an iguana. They get about 6 feet.
Oh, it sure looks prehistoric. Maybe one of these guys got out.
Well, we've never had any escape here. And besides, they don't have the strength in the legs to be able to hold themselves up and run.
I guess that rules him out. Can I touch him?
Sure, just be careful because they bite.
Okay. Dinosaurs aren't the only dangerous creatures in the canyon. But what if it's not an escaped reptile that people are seeing? Do you think it could be a dinosaur?
Anything's possible.
If there really is a river dinosaur, it's got to leave behind some kind of trace. Could a dinosaur still be alive today?
And we have dinosaurs all around us. Yesterday, we had a carnivorous dinosaur come right through here.
So the stories are true.
Do ghosts haunt the abandoned town of Bodie? Bodie was a mining town during the gold rush. And this abandoned mine holds a dark secret. People who couldn't afford proper funerals would throw their dead down this mine shaft. Maybe those abandoned souls have come back to haunt the town. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Oh, hi, Walter.
Hi, Christina.
You worked here for 12 years. Did you ever have any strange experience?
Yes, one evening my friend and I were up here. Our favorite pastime was throwing rocks down the lint shaft, listening to them as they bounced off the side, trying to figure out how long it would take them to reach the bottom. After we'd thrown several rocks, we stopped for a moment, and we heard a voice come up out of the shaft.
What's that? The voice that came out of the shaft. Did you hear what it says?
The voice said, "Hey, you." And I turned to my friend, Les.
Somebody's playing a trick on us.
They thought that someone was hiding in a nearby tunnel, but later they found out that all the tunnels that led into the mine shaft had collapsed in the 1920s, so no one could have been down there. The rangers here are not the only ones who think Bodie is haunted. Supposedly, people who take things from here have all kinds of bad things happen to them when they leave. It's known as the Bodie curse. These letters are from people who believe the ghosts of Bodie are here to protect the town. To whom it may concern, I took these objects from Bodie when I was 7 or 8 years old, and I'm sending them back where they belong with sincere apologies. I've had a string of bad luck a mile long, and I mean to try and end it by returning these nails. These are just a few of the many letters sent, and with the letters are objects people are returning to Bodie in hope that their bad luck will end. I've heard a lot of stories about the ghosts in Bodie. Now I'm going to see for myself if the stories are true. Remember the Mendocini house? It's supposed to be the most haunted house in Bodie. This is the room where Keith had that strange experience. I'm going to be spending the night in the same bed to see if anything happens to me. My camera can record me, even after I turn the lights out. If the ghosts of Bodie don't like people staying here, maybe I'll see them tonight. What was that?
It's time to test some Lucky Charms. Yeah. Here's the setup. 10 special jars, 5 charmed with good luck, and 5 cursed with bad luck. And 10 kids who are going to take these jars home and test their powers. But you know something they don't. The magic in these jars is fake. I just took a few ordinary jars I had lying around and filled them up with earth from a plant here in the lab. Now for the fun part. We're going to tell 2 groups of kids 2 different made-up stories. We have a scientific experiment we want to do. You guys are here to help us with that, and I'm going to start by showing you a videotape that Christina sent me. Now, this is in a cemetery in Scotland. It's a very creepy cemetery, a lot of ghost stories there. Apparently, if you dig soil from that area and bring it home, it's actually good luck. Now, Christina brought a whole bag full of soil back from there and put it in these little jars. And she gave it to all her family and friends. And then, a couple of days later, this is her sister. She found a bus pass that she could use for a year. You want to pass that photo around? And her mother, she won a new car in a raffle the next day. It's pretty wild. I'm going to give each one of you one of the good luck jars. I want you to take that home. You have to hang onto the jar in the morning and turn around 3 times. And that's it. You do that every morning for 1 week. We'll find out if you had any good luck from the soil. Is that okay? And now, Group B and the bad luck jars. And the legend is, if you take soil, it actually brings you bad luck. And I want you each to take one of these home, and we're going to see what happens. Are you guys okay with this?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. Now, you and I know that both these stories are made up, but these kids think these jars have some magic in them. Let's see what happens when they bring them back next week. First, the kids with the good luck jars. Anything happened that you think was kind of good luck because of the jar?
Not really, except I did find a lucky penny. And I found a briefcase, and it was full of stuff, and there was a passport inside. So I looked inside at the ID. It was my neighbor, so I gave it to my neighbor, and he gave me $25 for finding it because it was stolen from him. No.
Nothing at all.
I went to get a scooter, and it was on sale when we went to pay.
Now, the kids with the bad luck jars.
My dog, he peed on my bed 3 times. I lost my bug. I went to a restaurant and I had a piece of rice in my hot chocolate. I accidentally went inside the girls' bathroom.
I want to tell you something about the jars. The truth is that they were just ordinary jars filled with soil from a plant I have right here in my lab. Do you think it's possible that everything that happened to you, whether it was good or bad, could have just been a coincidence?
Coincidence. I think it was a coincidence. Well, I don't think that it's a coincidence that my dad got a flat tire, then at the same time someone's briefcase got stolen and they threw it on my lawn. You get a bad luck jar, you're gonna think about the bad luck more, and it's like you're gonna get it. That's true. Yeah, like you can make it happen.
And there you have it. 10 jars with dirt in them and a whole bunch of luck that was all up here. Makes you wonder if there's such a thing as luck at all, right? Ow.
We'll be right back with more Mystery Hunters.
Could a real live dinosaur be hiding out in this part of the world? People have reported seeing one, and now a paleontologist, that's a scientist who studies dinosaurs, brings me to a hill where they've made an incredible discovery.
This thing's pretty big. What kind of animal is it from?
Well, it's an upper arm bone from a carnivore, a carnosaur, exactly. And this is an animal about 30 foot long, walked on its hind legs, big knife-like teeth.
Were dinosaurs common in Utah?
Oh, extraordinarily common. We have dinosaurs over the entire state, and we're discovering more every year.
So, lots of dinosaurs did live here once. Could one still be alive today?
But the creature I'm looking for is only about 3 feet tall, and it's not a fossil like this bone.
Not a fossil.
No, this is what a woman saw near here. Could it be a special type of dinosaur that didn't die out?
Well, we have dinosaurs all around us. Technically, birds are living dinosaurs. Well, here's some leftovers from lunch. This is a chicken.
Jim says that birds are a lot like the last dinosaurs that lived. Check this out. This dinosaur bone looks a lot like a giant chicken bone.
So you think that what my eyewitness saw was just some kind of modern bird?
Maybe what your witness saw was an emu. We have emu farms that were all over this area, and a lot of people just open their fences and let the emus go.
How do you explain all the people who report seeing a river dino around here?
Well, it's pretty easy if you're startled, and it sounds like they were startled, to mistake one thing for another. I was coming down through a series of cliffs, and all of a sudden I heard this loud hiss, and right in my face there's this mouth, and I thought I had stirred up a mountain lion. And as I came down, I saw it was a rattlesnake.
Maybe Shannon was so startled that she imagined she saw a dinosaur. Maybe what she really saw was an emu. After all, there are emu farms around here.
No one could tell me for sure what it was that Shannon and the others saw. But whatever it is, it's probably still out there. If a species of dinosaur did survive, this would be the perfect place to hide out.
People here say Bodie is haunted by the spirits of townsfolk who were never properly laid to rest. Some park rangers that live here say they are visited by the spirits of bodies that were thrown down this mine shaft.
I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just some ghost messing with the new guy.
I'm spending the night in this abandoned town to see if I can meet Bodie's ghosts. You know, the weird thing about a ghost town is that even though it has all these houses, it's really quiet. Well, I guess I better try to get some sleep. Well, I slept like a log. Something was in this room last night. It didn't wake me, but I gotta check the camera footage. Nothing unusual. But I don't think Keith imagined something sitting on him in here. Could there be another explanation for what happened to him? Rebecca Scott works for Bodie State Park. So do you think this town is haunted?
In my opinion, no. I've never experienced anything strange.
One of the rangers told me that he felt something sitting on his chest while he was in bed one night. He thought maybe it was a ghost. How do you explain that?
When you come up here the first time, the elevation gets to you and it's hard to breathe. It's the thin air.
You know, that's true. I noticed it was a little harder to catch your breath up here. Another park ranger also told me that he heard a voice coming from inside the mine shaft. Nobody was around. He thought it was a ghost. What do you think that is?
My opinion is it was probably an echo. Even the strangest experiences up here usually have a logical explanation in the end. Just the other day, I thought I heard someone whistling beside me. As it turned out, it was nothing more than the wind whistling through a pipe that was full of holes.
So maybe he thought the echo was another voice saying something. Hello? The high altitude and the echoes could be the explanation for ghostly experiences people have here. But what about the Bodie curse? Do people who take things from Bodie really have bad luck? I found this old nail half buried in the dirt. Can I take it home to test out whether or not the Bodie curse is real?
No, I'm afraid not. We don't allow anybody to take anything out of Bodie. We don't want to be responsible for the bad luck you'd have.
Okay, here you go.
Thank you.
Thanks, bye. Well, I didn't see the ghosts of the people who used to live here, but I can understand why people believe they exist in this forgotten town. Should I? A ghost wouldn't miss one little rock, would they? I mean, I could always send it back.
So, any bad luck from taking that pebble?
I don't know yet. I was kind of nervous, so I gave it to Doubting Dave.
Dear Araya, as I suspected, Christina's pebble is just a pebble. But, for fun, please tell her it made me break a shoelace, stub my toe, lose my keys, and gave me nightmares. And a rash. Thanks for watching.
And he also says it gave him nightmares and a rash.
I think I better get some stamps and an envelope.
Yeah. Remember, things aren't always what they seem.